Oh man. Okay, so this seat is a lot better. Turns out I was on the extended reach seat last time, and that would explain why I couldn't flat foot. But today, this is the Indian Chief Vintage. Pretty much the same thing as the normal Chief, just got some extra bags. And as opposed to the Roadmaster, this is a longer wheelbase. Oh. Without the air-assisted shock in the back, I believe. And the air assist kind of made the other one feel like a couch, and I can sort of already feel the difference in this seat, as this is the OEM stock seat, not the extended reach. But man, this is that's not saying much. This is still a really comfy bike. Gear indicator. This is the same looking dash as the Scout, and I think I have a little bit bigger of a windshield on this one. Yeah, so it's got to look a little bit further down for your info on this bike. Now, I'm going to talk out of my ass again real quick here. This is what I would assume a Springfield is like, except I think the Springfield shares the better, shorter wheelbase handling frame with the air shock as the Roadmaster. But otherwise, in the looks department, I think this bike is pretty similar. Feel the transmission on my leg when I'm trying to flat foot this bike, and it is hot. But that's easily fixed. Don't put your leg on the transmission, stupid. Still have these really big floorboards that you can find on the Roadmaster. No issue in comfort there. Look at this fuel gauge though. That thing is like nice. Nice big round gauge. A lot better than just a fuel light like you get on the Scout. Can't tell if I'm feeling any kind of acceleration differences on this bike. Because obviously, same motor, but good lord, I don't feel any wind at all with this windscreen. Just feel a little bit of buffeting on my forehead and coming into my chin a little bit, actually. It's really refreshing. It's a hot day out. Engine braking is just about as strong as it was in the Roadmaster. Weight-wise, I'm not sure if it's getting helped or not. So if you guys haven't checked out my Roadmaster review yet, go ahead and check that out, because then you can get a little bit better basis of comparison for what I'm doing here. See, our ride leader is on the same bike that I just reviewed, so definitely go check that out. It looks a lot heavier than it actually feels. Easy to find neutral. Relieve your hand. Don't get too for long right now, though. I think we're about to hit it. That's neutral. Boy, did you hear that whine? Little switch to toggle your info on your screen is actually pretty nice. It's a lot better than the Scout. It's just like a little electronic button as opposed to a little bit of a more wrenching lever of a button, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. I'm bad at describing shit. Look at that, man. 750 RPM. That's what we're idling at. That's just a big-ass lope. 1300 is a rev. Goodness gracious. Got your high beam switch all the way up here. Look at that. I don't know if these are both gas filler caps. Now this model has a quick released windshield, so probably easy to make sure you can get a lot more wind in your face if you need to. I kind of really dig the turn signal switch on this. It feels a little bit different from the Scout. 3,500 and it's screaming. Must be a big motor. A lot of reciprocating force there. Lots of torque. But it's just full of power, you know, you can feel it. Alright, sorry, let's get back to it. This ride feel is definitely a little bit different. I feel like I could handle the Roadmaster and, you know, consequently the other stuff too, like the Springfield and the Hoosits. I feel like I could handle that a little bit better. That air shock and the shorter wheelbase made it feel like it was definitely a different bike than this, although they look so similar. This thing feels like it's definitely more made for the long haul, although obviously the bigger bike line is made for it as well. But I would say the price difference between these at, I want to say maybe 18,000 and the Roadmaster is, that gets upward of like 27,000. I would say the difference is minimal enough for me not to care, just to want a nice big bike to go on a really long cruise. But hey, if money's no object and you need infotainment and speakers and all that, man, I couldn't knock you for going with that, especially with that handling. I'm not saying this thing handles really poorly or anything like that, but I feel an immediate seat of the pants difference. And again, that could just be because I'm, you know, getting right off one bike and going to the other, but it's definitely got a little bit of pickup. Same motor, just doing a little bit more work in the Roadmaster. Sounds great, man, I gotta say. It's got some pickup. Like it. I like it a lot. Engine brake. Okay, higher gears, the engine brake does seem pretty apparent, actually. Lower gears, not so much, which I would kind of not expect that. God, this thing's got a good sound. I really like this power plant, man. This Thunderstroke 111 is I can't compare it to anything, just because I've never really ridden a big touring bike before, but it feels very... I can't call it an engine for speed junkies, but why would you buy this expecting to go like fucking Evel Knievel, you know what I mean? But I can say it does its job very well. It sounds great, it fucking looks great, and it fucking just pulls and pulls and pulls. That little fucking chirp is just, ugh. That's intoxicating. Now, I mean, if I had to choose between having a full fairing and this windshield, though, with the, like, you know, Roadmaster versus this, I would say you definitely have a little bit more connection with the road in this. You feel like you're in less of a car, which I like. I'm always going to be that sort of person. But if I was going to take this cross country, you know, maybe I might feel different. Good God. I didn't really try that roll-on throttle with the Roadmaster, but maybe it does pull a little bit easier in this because it's lighter weight. Exactly how much lighter weight it is, I'm not sure. I'll put it right up here. Very smooth power delivery. It doesn't feel jerky at all. You know, you ride the Scout and it's just like, maybe it's just the fuel mapping, but that throttle is a lot more jerky than this thing. Not a whole lot of front brake needed to slow this thing down. Does it handle just as good as the Roadmaster in the curves? I would say for the difference in price, you're not going to notice much. This thing handles pretty much the same. I keep going back to the handling, I know, but it's very... I would personally find it hard to justify when looking at the price difference between the two. I would probably go with this. This is what you want as your intro big bike, if you're going to do that. Now, if you're going to upgrade from something like, you know, a big Harley, you know, definitely give this a try, and definitely give the Roadmaster a try too. But yeah, I'm speaking from very little experience in this touring field, so bear that in mind. Oh boy. Let's test the brakes. Not bad, not bad. No, like maybe 20% braking just slowed me down about 50%. But would I want to do this in everyday traffic? I really don't find myself having that much of a hard time seeing it. It's really, I mean, especially this over the Roadmaster, you got a lot less shit in front of your face. I mean, the seat and comfort-wise, you can always change the seat if you ever feel like it's uncomfortable. I do not feel uncomfortable. I'm not doing an hour-long ride, so I can't speak for certain, but I know the stock Scout seat is terrible. Let's talk about the bar position. This is a very neutral to downward stance. Like, my wrists are just ever so slightly going down. And I'm 6'2", so I may have said that already, but yeah, I would suggest if you want to go on longer rides with this, perhaps you might want bars that go up a little bit more. Maybe. I know when I had my stock bars with my Scout, I felt like I was sort of arched down a little bit onto them like it was a sport bike, and that's just no bueno for longer rides. Maybe, like, you know, mini apes on this would do you well. Well, I think that's going to be it for this Chief Limited review. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, just that fucking low RPM pull. Gobs of torque, I swear to God.